Can't believe
Ew.
I wrote gorilla instead of Godzilla.
What are the ties are in? Gorilla.
Every time I think of Godzilla, I think of you ever seen the newer Austin Powers? Where he's like, "Oh no, it's Godzilla," and then the other guy steps in and goes, "Actually, that's not Godzilla, but we should run like it still is Godzilla."
Yeah. We should still run like it is Godzilla.
Due to international copyright laws, it is not.
It is not. No!
But still, we should run like it is Godzilla. No, it isn't.
Welcome to Why So Nerdy. There you go. Look, that's it.
You're welcome. Via Austin Powers. Thank you for that.
Austin
Joy.
Powers is such a good movie. I love Austin Powers. I will watch that. I could watch that like all day long.
You know, it's weird. I used to have this talent. Like I used to be like able to do voices. I can't do it anymore. My voice changed, and like I suck at doing voices now. But like it used to be, I could do every character from that movie. Like I could do every character from that. I could do the whole South Park cast. Like I used to watch those movies religiously.
The rundown where like he does like the pipe in the grape, no bong in the grape,
bong in the grape, pipe in the grape.
There's no please in you.
That's not right.
Yeah, no, those are really good movies.
The Jess the Two of Us song, I sang that all the time.
Yeah. So today we are having another attack of news.
Whoop, whoop.
More news. Why so informative? Part
17. Yeah,
part 7. Part 18,032 and 75.
As my daughter always says, 11. She's obsessed with 11 now.
Is she?
Yeah, 11 passies? No, you can't have 11 passies, dude. No. How many do you?
So, how long has it been since we've done a news podcast? Because we have
it's been a while. We do it every so often when we're like, well, we want to study more for said topic. Let's fill in with news.
That's true. But the news it's always interesting news though too. Like we always get to pull good topics. Like I think we're really good about moderating the page on that. Like especially anything I see, it goes right up on the page.
Thank goodness, because I suck at Facebook. So really carrying the team on that one.
But so like starting off, some of the stuff that we posted. Did you see the new Mortal Kombat trailer?
I have not. It wouldn't let me watch the damn trailer. I kept clicking it. I'm an old man. I fight with my technology.
I feel like Johnny Cage is about to get the shaft stick. Like he's not gonna be. Look, you understand in the newer games, he's like the focal point. That family is like the focal point of what's happening. And then like the latest one kind of pushed it back to Liu Kang because now he's like the god, the Earth Realm's god now. So like
I always thought it was
weird. Well, Raiden basically retires and it's just like, bro, it is your time. It is your time. Take the powers of the fire and the lightning and shoot people in the face with fire and lightning. So now you can turn into a
like
dragon.
That because I don't know if I want to see that.
It's just very. He talks just like this. It is very stern. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know if I'm gonna watch that or not.
No. That's how he talks in the game. It's weird.
Oh, gotcha.
You know how in the game it's very campy, like very campy nature.
Well, like because they had it set up like that. Like Johnny Cage was the Earthrealm's champion, but Liu Kang was next in line to become the god that ran Earthrealm, right? That's how I've always thought that.
Essentially, it's like Raiden is bringing in the next two people who are supposed to take over those spots, if that makes sense. Like Johnny Cage the champion, Liu Kang's supposed to be the god, Kung Lao is supposed to be like the Chinook, basically. Like
I can't wait till he fucking hat drills someone in the face. I'm ready.
I cannot wait. He hits somebody with the hat or does like the saw. If he does the fucking saw, I'm gonna lose my shit. I'm gonna go ape shit.
It'd be best. Like what was that fatality where he throws it on the ground and it starts like buzzsawing and he like Spartan kicks the dude like up.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. He like throws on the ground and he Spartan kicks the dude and slits him in half.
Do you remember the game, speaking of which, where it was the co-op Mortal Kombat? Oh god, that was so good. Yeah. They need to do another one of those.
That game was amazing. That game was amazing. I was a Kung Lao fan. I actually like Kung Lao more than I like Liu Kang.
Facts, me too. We wouldn't have worked well on that game. Well, we would have fought over Kung Lao. Yeah.
Yeah, I'd been like, get off of him. Get off of him.
Me and my buddy Austin worked perfectly because he's a big Liu Kang fan, and I played Kung Lao, so we would just go back and forth.
Yeah, but I'm really interested to see it because it has a majority Asian cast. Like they did it right. They did it justice. They were like, no, this is a Mortal Kombat movie. It focuses on Asian actors and Asian prominent people. We're gonna cast the right people. We're gonna cast the right people in the right roles, and they did a really good job with that. Michael Jai White is in it, and guess who he is?
Who? Kung Lao?
No, bro, that'd be fucking cool.
That's the only one. He sort of looks like him, right? That's the guy from the I almost said Tybo movies.
Black. No, we're not. No, not Billy Blanks. No.
Anyway, no. The oh my god, my brain has died. I keep thinking of Billy.
He was the Spawn. He was Spawn in the original Spawn movie.
Yeah.
That was hilarious.
Oh, hold on. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of a different person. You said Ja, and I thought you were talking about the guy from the Muay Thai movies.
Yeah, no. You're talking about the Protector and Ong Bak.
Oh, okay. Yes, Ong Bak Warrior. That's what I thought you were talking about.
Michael Jai White, the guy.
Oh, okay.
He's because he's a badass. He's just a badass martial artist. He's
gonna be Jax.
Yeah, he's gonna be Jax.
Are they gonna paint his arms silver?
No, I think this is. You know how there's two versions of Jax. Jax with the arms, Jax without the arms.
I have to say that I hated the movies when they gave him the arms and they were like, you had this weird arc in that movie to where it's like, you don't need the robot arms, Jax. It was always in you. Run home, Jax.
They do that. It's like in the game, like in the newer games. Spoiler alert, if you haven't played the newer Mortal Kombat 11, he gives up like some shit or some information to try to save his daughter, and like he's going through this whole like PTSD syndrome thing, and it's weird, man. Like they've made his character more integral to be like a real like worn, torn, like fucked up dude in the head, which is nuts.
I don't know if I'm okay with that. I just want a big diesel man with some robot arms fucking people up.
And saying some crazy shit.
Yeah, like weird, cheesy action movie lines.
Yes, weird, cheesy action movie lines. But no, he's got
no reason to get torn up about it as he tears you in half.
Right. I don't hear what you got to say. This right here is all steel, baby.
He reminds me of like the Coltrane of Mortal Kombat. Like he yells really loud and he tears people up. Like that's what I want.
That's essentially it's what he was. Him and Johnny Cage. Johnny Cage is the asshole.
Well, obviously, yeah, and he punches people in the dick a lot.
Bro, but it's so nice.
If the Goro ball hit doesn't make it in this new movie, I'm gonna be real sad. That was one of my most fond memories of childhood movie watching was when he did the splits and he punched Goro in the balls.
and Goro was like, "Oh!"
He made like the weird sound. You know?
Oh! And he knocked him off the cliff. Yeah,
yeah. I need that in the movie. I'm gonna be real sad.
That'd be fantastic. Well, Shang Tsung is Shang Tsung. It's the same guy.
We've lost all of our Asian listeners are gone now.
Right.
They've lost us.
Look, no, I can't say his name. I'm sorry. They should have made it hard to say. But Shang Tsung is still the original Shang. It's still the original Shang Tsung.
It's because that man doesn't age because he actually eats souls.
Your soul.
That dude looks exactly the same. Have you seen him recently?
Dude, he has not changed. He's just the older version of that.
It's just, I know this usually starts out with a bad statement coming afterwards, but not to be racist. but Asian people just don't age. They're 20.
They are.
They're 20 until they're 100, and then they're 190 something years old overnight. I don't know what happens. Like Asian people age so gracefully until that one tipping point to where they turn into like Mr. Miyagi.
But then they make really good food. So I'm just saying, I was like, as much as that sounds really bad, like you become awesome in the kitchen, and I commend you for that. I
told you we've already lost our Asian crew. They don't want to listen to us anymore.
We love you guys. You know how we are. We love all diversity around here.
No hate.
Yes.
And if you had to keep a stereotype, I think good ones are good to keep.
Yes. Yes, we love you guys. We love you guys. So yes, some Mortal Kombat is coming out. Let's wrap up on that. We've wrapped on that for about 10 minutes. The next thing we're talking about here, Lucas Arts. Well, no, Lucas Arts, because this is important, and I feel like we should spend some time on this. Okay, Lucas Arts is back.
I'm the
game studio is back. They reestablished it. It's back. And I think I don't know what the specific is, but it sounds like Ubisoft has a hand in being in the new studio.
Like
they're talking about making an open world game.
Yeah, so I just keep laughing because like how bad of a studio do you have to be to make someone come out of retirement to take their games back? Like EA has fucked them up so bad that they were just like, listen, EA, we're gonna take our licensings back. We're taking everything. You're out of the situation now. Like, please stop.
They fucked up all the properties. Like the last good game they put out was Fallen Order, right? And then they were like, well, we don't know.
Was that even really good though?
Fallen Order was a good game.
It was an okay game.
You can't say that it wasn't a good game because it was.
The fighting system sucked.
The fighting system wasn't that bad. It was just learning how to time. The timing of that game is absolutely stupid.
You can understand that everyone listening who's played Dark Souls knows that Will did not play Dark Souls and it wasn't that great of a game. Yeah,
that did.
Yeah, the new
Dark Souls would have broken TVs in my house. So
Dark Souls was the predecessor. So like it was like EA's version of trying to make a Dark Souls with Jedi background, and it just did not work out well. Like the timing was so easy. If you played Dark Souls, the timing was so easy on that game that I didn't have fun. Like I tried to play it the other day and I was tired and I was just like, dude, I'm gonna fall asleep, like sitting here countering these fools. Their reads are so easy.
Well, I mean, it's still a good game. It's got a good story to it. It does actually have
I did enjoy the story only for the fact that I heard it's canon, so that was really the only reason I played that game. I need to get back through it.
Well, and it's canon to set up. It's canon to set up the newer series, the newer like Star Wars series.
Yeah.
Yeah, so which is cool.
I'm just excited.
I hope to see Cal Kestis though in The Mandalorian or something like that. That'd be cool.
That would be interesting, yeah, to make some. Well, I mean, it sounds like they're moving in like Thrawn and everybody else into the series, so why not, right?
Yeah.
But so that means we might get a remake of Old Republic, or even a fucking new Old Republic, which would be fantastic.
They said they're talking about making another Knights Republic. That is in the rumor mill. So that's
which would be awesome because wouldn't that fit in with the new movies? Because they're going back to Old Republic, so maybe they can do some kind of like branding thing that sort of gives you some hints at what
they could make the third one in the High Republic and like put it as a prequel to the other two.
Amazing.
Yes,
or just make a whole new thing just based off of like sort of the play style.
Well, some people want Star Wars 1313 rejuvenized and made. That was the one game.
I want to look stupid, but I don't think I remember that game.
It was the game that had the Jedi right after the Fallen Order 66 happens, and basically trying to escape from being caught from the being caught.
I played that.
Yeah. Well, it never came out. They actually thought about.
Oh, okay. That's why. It makes more sense now.
Thought about putting it out, but they scrapped it. They scrapped the game, and it was really good. It'd still be really good.
That would be cool.
It looked really good. It looked like it was going to be amazing.
Yeah, I could get into something like that. Killing a bunch of stormtroopers, even though weirdly enough they have better accuracy in the games than they do in real life. Did you see the Schrodinger's? Did you see the Schrodinger thing? Oh my god, that was so funny. Where it was like the stormtrooper shooting at a red shirt. Desiree had a perfect comment for it. She goes, well, the stormtrooper misses, but then while trying to dodge the missed shot, the red shirt rolls over and breaks its neck. And I was like, yep, that's probably exactly how it goes down. They both end up dead.
That's perfect. But yeah, I mean, we know we talk about Star Wars a lot on here, but I'm really happy to kind of see Star Wars grow. I don't know. I feel like it's just been stagnant over years, man. And I don't understand the old heads. Like, I know I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, and like I said, I love you guys, and opinions matter. Like, everything is cool. But I just don't understand why a lot of the older fans are so resistant to see new change, because I feel like that would carry on a legacy, and you have to build things for like newer generations. So like the fact that we are getting old stuff tied into the newer things that they're putting out, and especially like trying to expand on the newer stories like Asuka's stuff. I really want to see more about Asuka. I like where she's at right now. I kind of like the mysterious elements of what is going on with her. Like, I want to see it.
Yeah. See, I think the best way to make everybody happy is to just pick a different spot. Like George Lucas has built this amazing world. Let's go find something new. Like, let's take a part of this world and make a new story.
Yeah.
Like, they desperately need it. Like, and that way everybody can be happy. They're not going to mess with the Starline War, like the Starline Wars, the Star Wars line. Like, everything's going to be new.
Comics again to be canon. So some of the comics that you're going to read are now canon as well. Anything that comes out in the comic universe are canon. So just like they were talking about doing a Thrawn run, so they could talk about Emperor Thrawn and stuff like that. And then
didn't they already make that some of that canon? Because I know they went through. Well, I guess Disney nixed some of that, didn't they?
Yeah, they mixed some of it. I mean, they mentioned, like I said, when Rebels came out, they mentioned some of the stuff about Thrawn, and then it's mentioned in the Mandalorian.
Rebels is canon, is it though?
Rebels is canon.
No, I thought not, because they didn't talk about.
No, Rebels is canon because that was the first thing that they drew in. That's the first series that they dropped out of Disney for them to tie in stories for.
Oh,
the new
okay.
series. So yeah,
I get so confused because I strictly remember them like getting rid of some of the stuff in Rebels. Saying,
they got rid of
some of this is canon, some of this is not.
In both of them. So like Clone Wars, they got rid of some of the stuff in Clone Wars. They got some of the stuff in Rebels, but there's some stuff that was also canon in Rebels too. So like it's just like everything, like the books. All the books is legacy, but there's stuff in the books that are still legacy that's canon right now.
It's all so confusing.
It's all, it really is.
Remember when they were trying to make Starkiller canon?
Dude, hey, I would for it. I would have been for it.
No, because like he
wouldn't have said anything.
Doesn't he like kill? No, he turns Luke Skywalker into like his apprentice. He doesn't kill him. Like in one of the DLCs. Yeah, in one of the DLCs, he turned Luke. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He makes him into his new apprentice. He gives into the dark side and turns. And I was like, oh man, none of this can be canon. The man pulled a fucking ship out of the sky.
Yeah.
Like fucking. It would be too much. It would be way too much. But yeah, but they're thinking about doing the open world game, which would be awesome. That's what we need in this life. Is like
I think that would be cool to an extent though, because like if you're not, you have to tie in all elements. Like you're gonna have to be able to travel to planet. You're gonna have to be able to fly galaxies and stuff like that. Like there's gonna be a high expectation for that game. You're gonna have to almost make it an MMO.
No, not an MMO.
Well, like MMO in the sense that like your in-game opportunities opens up everything else.
Yeah.
Like if it has a main story, go through your main story.
I'm down for multiplayer, not MMO.
I feel like MMO would probably be a better thing as long as they make it real time. Like real time.
Then you end up with Knights of the Old Republic and it didn't work. Yeah. Like everybody was like, you get that weird like dot hack feel. That makes sense.
Oh no!
To where it's like you get confused on where the line is, and you're like, the story goes all sideways.
Yeah. Well, Doc Hat was hard for me to get through. I just could not.
That game was weird because it tried to play like an MMO.
That's not one of those PlayStation games that were really good, though.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. To throwback to the last one. Speaking of throwback, I forgot to start this thing with. I remembered it was Zone of the Enders. And it was the best fucking game ever for PlayStation. Was the one I couldn't think of on the last podcast. Sorry, I desperately searched through the internet for it.
He tracked it down right before we started this episode.
Yeah, but like I could get into like if like Old Republic met like the new game that they made. Like sort of like how he sort of traverses world to world like that. Like I didn't mind that. And you could explore. It was mildly linear, but not too much. Like maybe like a Skyward Sword met Old Republic.
Isn't that like all Star Wars games? Because even like Jedi Outcast on like Xbox was like that. Jedi Outcast,
one of the best games of all time.
Obi-Wan was like that. Obi-Wan was linear, but you could like explore around the world and check stuff out. And then Starfighter was like that.
Do you think they should bring the combat back from Outcast? where it was like, you get hit with a lightsaber, you're done. Like,
yeah. Dude,
I
hey,
thought that was intense. Oh
was
yeah.
hard.
Yeah. You get caught with a lightsaber, your ass is grass. Like, and it's slow mode show you where you got hit. That was always rough, and it just cut off limbs.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, oh.
I think that's a good thing. I think we're in a good era for that coming back. Yeah, for sure.
And there's just so much they could do with it. So maybe they'll start like reeling out some good titles soon.
Well, and you know what would be cool is if, like, since we're doing this whole like Star Walker show up in sagas and stuff like that, start time. And I mean, if we're gonna go back to the High Republic, and if there's things that relates, I mean, we've already done it with multiple movies. We've already done it with multiple episodes. Even though we have a new trilogy, go ahead and start setting things up for that new trilogy. Start relaying more stuff back to that. I know we didn't have a solid like 100% of the new reboot, but it is still canon. So like we do need to go back and fix all that stuff, or at least relate to that.
What we really need is some canon weapons that we've seen over the years. Like, I really want the lightsaber spear.
Yeah,
this thing was so cool.
That thing was.
What was it? There's another weapon. It was like the two-handed lightsaber. It was like a longer hilt, so you could hold it with two hands, like a long blade. What else?
There's one where, like, I think it's like there's a pair of Sith. It's like Count Dooku's where it's curved. There's a pair of those. I think it's Revan's. Revan's has a purple and a red one, and a curve.
I think you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be cool.
Well, those were already canon. Like, I'm talking like some out of the ordinary like weapons.
I don't think they were canon per se. I'm not sure. I don't know. Well, if they're pulling Revan though, and it's gonna be canon.
Yeah. Like, oh god, did you see the nunchucks they were trying to make a thing? I just can't understand why people want lightsaber nunchucks. People already get hurt enough with their own nunchucks. Do we really need to?
Oh boy, I'd be
yeah, you'd be watch out, and then your whole arm would go, because as soon as you try to armpit the lightsaber, it's just gonna go.
It would be cool if it had like a sensor. See, but you can expand. It has like a sensor when it passes your arm.
That's too much. That's too much. And then, like, what happens when you hit the guy and it disappears because it reads a person in front of it? This is too much. There's too much into it. Like, you just can't do that.
All I know is if I had lightsaber nunchucks, I would whoop all kids' ass.
You'd be like, dead.
Fire to the ass cheek.
You'd be so dead. Like,
zoom.
I give it one rotation before you lose a limb or something else.
I'd be really good at catching the actual saber hilt.
Oh god, that's not a game I'd like to play. It's like Russian roulette, but with fucking nunchucks. No, thank you.
All right, so let's wrap up on the Star Wars. There's enough Star Wars banter because me and you will talk about that all episode.
Oh, all day.
So the next thing that we have on the list is that Chris Evans is now in official talks. I know it happened a couple weeks ago, but it is confirmed that he is coming back as Captain America.
I'm not gonna lie, this is news to me because I thought we were moving on.
Yes. Oh, well, I thought Robbie Downey Jr. has also expressed interest to come back. Like, he's like, I can come back and basically just be the fucking guy.
Just put like a shave my mustache off, and now I'm a new. I could be the new Captain America.
Or he could be like a Tropic Thunder, survive.
Right? Yeah.
Survive.
I don't know. I feel like they got a
dude disguised as another dude playing another dude.
I think they got one pass at blackface, and that was it. And they did a great job, and it wasn't horrible. And then I don't know if they want to push them.
Look, I'm telling you, all of us to this day, if you ask a black person who's watched Tropic Thunder, we are not the movie.
Right? Like, I think everybody was just like, you know what? Solid pass.
Yeah,
is really funny.
Solid pass.
Robert Downey Jr. is the only man to ever successfly do blackface and not be horribly offensive. We're just gonna leave it alone.
I love Tropic Thunder.
I will speak for my fellow white people. I think we can retire it.
Get up there and hang out with mama.
Yeah. God, that was such a
cherry pie. Was that for good times?
him, and what was the little guy's name? Fucking, he was the rapper.
Actually, where he had the soda, it was like
yes, the booty juice. Yeah, booty juice. Or booty sweat. That's what it was. Booty sweat. Yeah. Like him and Robert Downey Jr. were my favorite part of the whole fucking movie.
Jack Black was just a crackhead the entire time.
Jack Black's one line. I think the only time I really super enjoyed him in that movie was when he was like, "Nah, man, you give me something." He's like, "I'll suck your dick." He's like, I'll cradle the balls, work the shaft, swallow the gravy. Like, and that part was like the funniest part of the whole damn movie.
Oh, Tropic Thunder. Tropic Thunder is such a good movie.
But yeah, Robert Downey Jr. and the rapper really stole the show. Like those were the best part of that whole movie.
They did. But yeah, so Chris Evans is coming back, man. How you feel about that though? Because at first, the only one that said that they were going to stay was Chris Hemsworth. Because Chris Hemsworth was like, "No, dude, I like being Thor." He was like, "I like awfully approved to be Thor." And then they talked about a series where it's Odin, where basically he's going out and doing his own thing as far as like the I lose the hammer and I have the other, what is that called?
The axe? I don't know.
The axe is called, it's like the Storm Crusher or Storm Crasher or something like that. But like
all of me wants to say Stormbringer, but I know that's wrong.
I think it may be Stormbringer. I'm pretty sure. I have to look it up.
Yeah, we'll look it up later. We'll sound stupid for now.
Yeah, it's something like that. But yeah, he has that, and it's basically it's the same thing. You have to be pure heart to hold that weapon.
Yeah, I didn't know it still had the same levels.
Well, they essentially like transfer the power of like thunder just strictly to him. He becomes the god. He's now Odin. So like he has that power that he can use, which is weird. And like the Marvel Universe does a really good like comic series on that.
So are they
in the snow and shit? Yeah.
So are they just gonna steal the whole Captain America line from what's his name now? From Falcon?
No, Falcon and Winter Soldier. Because we gotta remember, they're in the newer like series. Sam Wilson is still Captain Falcon, and then Captain Falcon. Wow.
Yeah, Captain Falcon.
He is Captain Falcon technically.
Falcon
key.
Now I need that in the movie. I need one good like him yelling Falcon punch.
Bro, oh man. I don't want to play because I wish it happened. But yeah, he's still Captain America, but like his line and his storylines for the moments of him being like the prominent Captain America in time are really good because they apply to a lot of the democracy things that we were having like here recently in real time, in real world. And like you get a really good perspective on like him trying to please the government while also trying to be the superhero and actually work as a superhero. So it's a really good contrast when you read that series.
So
but
like,
yeah, he's supposed to play that.
What's going to happen now, though? So is he just going to be like all of a sudden wandering as an old man, like back up to Falcon and be like, "Just kidding, I'm taking my shield back," and then that's where they're going to go now, or is this going to be like all prequel stuff? Like, how is this going to work?
I'm assuming so.
Like I just don't. I feel like you can't retcon this now. Like maybe they're going to retcon it just because it seems like with WandaVision, they're working on a reset for the whole Marvel universe anyway. Like, okay. I don't know if you've watched much of WandaVision or remember when they did the big flip with Scarlet Witch in the comic books. But like what they did was that she lost her fucking mind and she ended up resetting the whole fucking MCU by destroying everything. So maybe, just maybe, that's what they're working on here. Is they're just going to be like, the reason they're bringing him back as a Captain America now is because the Marvel universe is moving, or not the Marvel universe, the X-Men universe is moving into MCU. Maybe, I don't know. It's all sort of, I don't know. I have so many theories on it right now that I'm not sure exactly what's going on. I don't know. The only person that knows is what's his name? The guy who's running Star Wars and Marvel Universe
Kevin
now.
Hardy?
Yeah, he's the only one that knows.
Yeah. Well, did you see the press? So that's a press conference that came out, and literally at the press conference, he was like, "Yeah, that's coming out, but we can't really say anything else. Like, you'll find out in time." Yeah. But by the way, this is coming out at 2023. That's what's happening.
I trust him with everything. Yeah. My only problem I've had with him is that the choice he made with Thanos in the movie, where they went back in time and they had like past Thanos come in and fight everybody, and I was like, doesn't that dude get whopped without any of the fucking stones?
Yeah.
That part still confuses me when he's sitting there like holding his own against everybody, and I was like, this dude would get his face smashed in without the stones.
I mean, I don't know. Thanos is such a badass without the stones in the fucking comic books.
No, because he had to have the stone to even fight the Hulk.
No, he didn't.
He had the one stone. He had the one stone. He fucked up the Hulk. Yeah.
He was still fucking people up, bro. He ripped somebody in half.
Yeah, but he's not like fight the whole Avengers squad badass though, before the stones. That's after stones. Like he could beat up, one person at a time maybe, but like, taking on the whole team, he's gonna need some kind of upper hand.
Well, and then also like the MCU version, I actually like the depth that they gave Thanos and like how he's just basically doing it to make things kind of like peaceful for him.
I did like the reasoning. I've said that before though on the show, to where I was like, oh, it's nice to see him just not craving after death's pussy. It was good to know that he's
he was trying to smash 100%.
Oh yeah,
he was like, I'm in there,
Thirst was running his legion, not anything else.
Meanwhile, Death is over here smashing somebody else.
Deadpool. Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But yeah, I think that's we can talk about WandaVision a little bit. Well, not too much because you haven't seen it yet, you bastard.
I want to watch it. I haven't had a chance to
good.
Just watch it. It is certified fresh on Tomatoes. That was just
certified fresh.
Certified fresh. All right, fresh. It's got 100%.
Yeah, I haven't seen the ratings for it, but I did watch the show, and let me tell you, fucking like, it reminds me of. Did you ever watch Legion?
Mm-hmm.
Has a real Legion vibes. You'll really get into it if you like that show.
So she's essentially fractured the world in that show.
All right. So no answers have been given yet, none whatsoever. But that's a theory that's going around. Is that she's sort of coming to terms with not only losing, Vision, but also her brother, and she's like lost her mind and created this like centralized fracture right now. And it sounds like, I don't want to give too many spoilers, but it sounds like some factions that we know of are working to rather save her or manipulate her fracture further. So from both sides. So I won't ruin anything. If you watch the show, you'll pick up on the symbolism. There's a lot of symbolism. Pay attention. I'll let you know that. You really need to pay attention to the symbolism in there. And it'll tell its own story.
Story then. Yeah, the symbolism tells the story. Okay.
It opens the story up. Like you start noticing things and they keep popping up over and over again. So yeah, it's really interesting. I want to do a series about it. So we'll talk about it more when you start watching it. Okay.
Yeah. I'll be down to watch that. But yes,
once we inevitably one day get the Mando series done.
Eventually, brother. Eventually.
Time is not our friend.
It's not. So some other news, sad news. We're gonna transfer over to some rather sad news. So the guy who helped design Star Fox, F-Zero, and also Tingle. If you guys don't know who Tingle is, that is the character in Legend of Zelda. The dude that plays the little horn.
Oh, the little bastard. Yeah, I know who he
is. Dancer.
No, did you just say the little dancer? No, Will. This is where I draw the line. I'm ending the show. I'm walking away. This is the last episode of Why So Nerdy.
He has a green suit on. He has a accordion backpack all he does is turn the crank and it plays a horn.
No, Will.
But
that is not him. That is not Tingle. We're done. That's it. Last episode right here. I'm out.
That is Tingle.
That's not Tingle. That's not Tingle. It's not Tingle. Tingle is the elf who helps you with the maps. He delivers the maps. He's from Majora's Mask, and he's in several other. I think he's in a few other Zeldas, but his main goal or his main show up was in Majora's Mask. He would give you the maps. That's literally his only job.
Well, he was in Ocarina of Time. Remember, you went into Ocarina of Time, and that's when you get the song.
No, that is the fuck. What is his name? Oh, you're gonna make me go get my book. I'm so angry.
That's Tingle. That is Tingle. That's him.
Not Tingle. No, Will, go to your phone right now. I will allow you to go to your phone on the show and you look up Tingle and you tell no, the guy you're thinking about, he's in the windmill. I cannot remember. I think he's the organ grinder. I don't know if he even has a name.
Bro, this is straight up Tingle. This is just look. I'm a on this live stream.
You put it on the live stream. I can't see anything. Tingle is his red balloon. Yes. Now look up the organ grinder, and they're two different fucking people, Will.
Okay.
Two different people. Cannot believe you, sir. Breaking my heart over here with your unknowledge.
I swear that's Tingle.
No, it is not. They are two different people. Rude, sir. Rude. You should cut this out. Cut the whole section out.
Oh, his name is Gru. Okay, all right. I'm sorry. They look the same. They have the same shit on. All right, that's not my fault.
No, they don't. One's an elf and one's a man. They're two different people.
Well, I got it mixed up. Yep, I got it mixed up. Okay, never mind.
Shame on you.
I'm sorry. I thought it was Tingle. I'm sorry. All right.
Oh, we're done. It's over.
They do so they do have the similar eyes. They have like the squeamy eyes.
It's a in 64 game. Of course they had similar eyes. It's like saying they had similar they have similar edges too.
Sorry. Look guys, I have slightly tainted Mike's
I was so mad I couldn't think of his name.
I'm sorry. So yes, it's Gru. Sorry, that's his name. But that dude is cool too. That dude is awesome.
He is awesome. Yeah, but Tingle is not awesome. Tingle is lame. Tingle was one of the most annoying parts of fucking Majora's Mask. If anything, that's like saying he made fucking Jar Jar Binks. It's like only a handful of people are gonna appreciate him.
He might as well be the equivalent of.
I could see that.
Oh, so the character model is made after. Tingle is actually made after that guy.
That's really funny. I didn't know that.
Yeah. So
poor guy, he's weird looking.
Sad that he's left because there was a possibility that everybody kept talking about F-Zero being rebooted again. Kind of puts that.
I mean, it could still happen.
I mean, yeah,
they're still making shitty Metal Gear games after Sakura left. So,
bro, those games, that Metal Gear Survive game, I played it and it is garbage.
Yeah, it's trash. I played it out of my love for Metal Gear and I couldn't do it. I played it for like maybe a day and I was like, ugh.
It's horrible. It's like a survival horror, like blue. I can't do it.
I tried real hard and it didn't work.
No. So yes, he's gone from the studio, which means that I feel like if we fucking lose, I know we lost Iwata, which was very prominent to like Nintendo in general, but if we lose Shigeru Miyamoto, I would lose my shit.
I mean, maybe they'll usher in like a new age of like, new people stepping.
I hope he has like an apprentice or something that he can like bring in, because we are starting to see like those creative heads from our age, our childhood, get old and leave and like retire.
It's their time and it's time to retire. They're sick of working.
Well, yeah, but who's the only thing. You got timeless characters though out of that. Like you can't say that you can't not. Everybody knows who Mario is. Everybody knows who Mario.
So we're gonna lock them down, and we're never gonna let them leave. You have to work forever.
Leave. But like as long as he's passing the mantle to somebody who's just as that man, I'm telling you, that man is one of the most creative forces. He's one of the most powerful creative forces in this world because you develop a whole universe where the world knows exactly what you've done. You know what I'm saying? Like. And like we always look forward to newer things because we know you're always going to do something playful with it. It's always going to be like inspiring. It's whoever takes over that mantle is going to have to carry a really big torch.
Yeah, maybe somebody will step up to the plate. Maybe, or not. Knowing our luck, probably not. We'll just have to deal with it.
I don't know. I mean, we need to get Reggie Watts over here to run Nintendo of America, and that didn't turn out very well.
And let's be honest. If his last Star Fox game was any indication of what the new shit was going to happen, maybe it's a good thing he's retiring.
Assault wasn't bad. Assault was just a remake, which was cool, but
with a tank.
Yeah, it was Assault. I mean, you got to use your tank on the original one on 64.
Yeah, it was no, I don't remember a tank on 64.
Oh, it was a tank on 64. You have the Landmaster. Yeah.
Oh, I thought the Landmaster was newer.
No, the Landmaster is on 64. You play. There's like a map where you play one. It's only like one or two maps. You play the tank.
Well, regardless, the new ones were trash.
New ones were trash. The Assault wasn't that bad. I think Assault. Now, if Assault didn't do that whole like first person like run and shoot thing that they did, it'd have been okay.
Because I didn't remember that. I didn't even play that game.
They wanted to tie in like the ground, like him being on the ground and being able to like move and stuff. And then they did Star Fox Zero when they reset it and put the the Star Fox 2 into it too as well.
Everybody was so hurt from the previous one. I don't think anybody played that though.
Well, I think everybody was just kind of like, all right, well, here's a nostalgic game if you want to play Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars. We'll play Star Fox. Sorry, it's just I don't know. I really like Star Fox. I wish they would come out with another one, man. But now with him leaving, there's less hope.
I just feel like that's one of those games that lives in the past. Like if I wanted, I would love a new what is it? I would love a new Conker's Bad Fur Day. But like that game lives in the past. I don't think they can do that again. It's like a lightning in the bottle situation. Because they tried. They did that. They did a remake and it was awful.
Yeah, Locked and Reloaded, and that was absolutely trash.
Yeah. I mean, it was good when you played the old game, but like they did a lot of changes I didn't like.
Yeah.
I still hook up the original every now and then.
I will play the shit out of that game. The game's pretty good. But yeah, so that's news on that. We
gotta talk Kong versus Godzilla, right?
Yes, we do have to talk, but we got a couple more things.
You're gonna edging it all the way to the end.
That's right, bro. We're gonna push it out. So I just got some quick comic notes, just kind of for DC and some for Marvel. So for the comic notes, there is going to be another Nightcrawler series, a single series. He has his own team. Anytime Marvel puts out a Nightcrawler series, it is really good. Like I don't think I've read a bad Nightcrawler solo series. I don't think I've ever read a bad.
No. See, I have a confession. I have not read any of the solo series. But
what?
Yeah, no, I have not read any of the solo series. Now, I didn't know. I would see him being like alone, being a cool series, maybe doing some crazy missions because he's very good at infiltration. The man can teleport, right? Now, what does he do with the team? Because his whole planning. So
it's tied to the House of X. So it's on the newer spectrum of what's going on with X-Men and Krakatoa and shit like that. But he's supposed to get his own team, and I'm assuming they're gonna still kind of go back to the old roots of him being filtration and trying to figure it out. Like the description when you read it is talking about him trying to find how he's always been holy. Like he's been about Jesus and just straight up a holy roller.
Evangelical,
But he's trying to make sure that the people of Krakatoa does not forget that the fact that there's an angelical presence around. So it's supposed to kind of touch on that religious theology of what's happening with the mutants.
Oh no, this is going to be.
It's going to be good. It's going to be good because it's
going to be the Knights of Templar, but in X-Men, he's going to start killing people. Who did you say is God?
I think he's getting in some fights with some other X-Men. I'm guaranteeing it.
I don't know how that's going to turn out. Oh, but anyway, him with the team. So, all right, put yourself in the man's shoes, right? You're Nightcrawler right now. What is your plan? Because all you know is teleport, right? teleport and fuck shit up. So like you're trying to explain a plan to them and you're like, all right, guys, we're going to go in through the front door, right? We're going to teleport to the back. And it's like, dude, we can't all do that. And he goes, no, don't worry about it. I'll take you. And it's like, well, then I'm not going to know where I am. Like, I feel like the planning is going to be all fucked up.
If you can teleport a whole entire crew out.
Which he can do, because that's what he did on the X-Men a lot.
Yeah, I mean, if you teleport a crew and you get them in the secluded place, and as long as you're inside, then you can kind of go from there and figure that out. I think there's ways. Like Nightcrawler's powers is very limited. It's like, oh, this is all you do, and you can fight really well. That's kind of cool. And you're a demon, so you don't really die. Like you can.
It's a badass power, dude. Dude's got cool shit, but I don't know. Just as a team leader, it seems weird.
Like he's just a badass with the teleport. Best teleporter ever lived, man.
His powers always teleporting always reminds me of like Speedster with invincibility frames.
Well, it's the same thing with like when we talk about Gambit. Like everybody's like, oh, well, that's all I can do is kind of charge stuff and throw cards. But like, dude is absolutely a mad-ass fighter.
All right, not to branch off from our news thing here, but I feel like Gambit's powers were never explored correctly. Like I think they did get a little bit better down the comic book line, if I do remember. But like him being able to control
the one where he becomes a teacher at this school, at the new school that they do, then he leaves. He's got his own solo thing, and volume 4 he ends up doing a mission. It's a mission basically for the school. He's trying to steal money for the school to have funding, so that way they don't go under. But at the same time, he's doing some stuff on his own where he's like, all right, I just need to get out and do my own missions and do my own thing. And it's a really good line. It's only like a 20 series run, like a 20 episode run, but it's good.
Like, I'm gonna check it out because like all I remember is when somebody, what was it? One of the comics I was reading, somebody explained his power, and I was like, how is that not one of the most, like, he's definitely what is it, double A? Is it double A tier?
He's an Omega. He's an Omega. He's an Omega level mutant. People realize he's an Omega level mutant.
Absolutely, he can control kinetic energy. Like the dude touches something, he could turn a fucking like fly swatter into a jackhammer, like or a fucking bulldozer. Like it's crazy. Like he could put so much power behind anything. Like I think he's never been explored correctly. Like I think somebody could really fuck his whole like outlook out by like a shit. Could you imagine him punching something?
Wish that they would do another series with him, because that'd be cool, like another solo series. It'd be dope.
I'd be into it, man. I would like to see something new with him.
On the DC side, DC, so we know they're focusing kind of heavily on the DCEU. Michael Keaton has signed on to play Batman. And there's a possibility in the rumor mill of talks of a Batman and Beyond movie.
I hope so. That would be so fucking awesome.
I will.
Who's gonna be young Batman though?
Huh?
Who's gonna be young Batman?
Who's gonna be Terry? I don't know. That it would have to be like a. Well, you can't do just Joseph Gordon-Levitt, because that would be a perfect pick. Because
that would be really good.
Yeah. He would be. He's Robin technically in the Dark Knight series. It would have to be somebody who could really hold that part down and actually play it. Like,
I think you nailed it. Now I really do want Joseph Gordon-Levitt to do it.
He would be perfect for Terry McGinnis.
Yeah. Now that I picture it, yeah.
Like a solid Terry.
Get him to beef up just a little bit, like sort of how he was in Looper.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
he'd be perfect.
Looper, Joseph Gordon-Levitt is perfect for.
But you could do the dude from the Kingsman as well. Terrigan or is like.
I'm done with that guy. No, we need to move away from that man. I enjoyed his performance in that movie. I liked him in the Robin Hood movie, but I am done with seeing him in everything.
Well, he
plays one character, and I'm bored of it.
He's breaking through, sadly, but I mean.
But he's like, the Nick Cage of the new era. He plays one person. He plays him, and that's it.
I don't think there's any really like. I mean, if you look at actors now, somebody who could hold that mantle and who is of a young age at the current moment, like our young actors like Zac Efron, which is they're really not that young, and Like,
Zac Efron, please no. Can we be done with him too?
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like, we don't really have. There's some that could hold that role. Like, I'm glad that Robert Pattinson is actually. I don't think that's a bad pick for Batman. Like, I actually think
I still think they need to do a Teen Titans movie and have the guy who played one from fuck, what's the show I'm thinking of that was on Netflix? Really awesome powers. Oh,
Raising Dion?
no. We did a whole series on it. Oh no. Diego, right? Is on there.
Umbrella Academy.
Yes, Umbrella Academy. Yes, the kid from Umbrella Academy, the number one where you like.
I think Ben. Now the guy who plays Ben would play a good Terry McGinnis, the Asian dude.
Maybe, yeah.
He would play.
I guess it doesn't matter if Terry was Asian or not.
No, well, technically like in the comic book or in the books, he's still kind of he's ethnic. Even though he looks white, he looks ethnic. Yeah. So he could play that. I think Ben could pull it off. The guy who plays Ben.
That could be cool.
Or I think the guy who plays Nine could pull it off. Really.
No.
I know he's a little older.
Yeah, I'll just see.
And Terry McGinnis is a hothead, so it would work out. He could do that. But you would have to start McGinnis at a young age for that to happen.
That's what I'm saying. Like it would have to be newer. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, I think they need to do that Teen Titans movie. I just don't know who else they would have to get in there. Have you seen Titans, the show on?
I love Titans.
I need to check it out. I haven't checked it out. I've heard awful things. I know. I need to get on it.
The new season's supposed to come out this year, and I cannot wait.
I was butthurt from the initial process to where everybody looked different. I didn't like it. I was one of those initial people where they were like, they made Starfire look like a prostitute, and I was like, I don't know if I want to watch this.
well, Starfire though actually gets her suit, I think, in the next series, which is cool.
Okay. They're getting rid of the fur coat.
Yeah, they get rid of her coat. She gets a upgrade, kind of like through the series.
Yeah. I don't know. I remember seeing that, and everybody was like, "What? What are you mad because the changes? Because she's black?" And I was like, "No, they gave the bitch a fur coat.
She looks just like a pimp.
She looked like she mugged a prostitute and the pimp on the corner. It was like, I'm taking everything."
Yeah. All right, man. So we got about 10 minutes. Then let's talk about the thing you want to talk about.
Oh yeah, Kong versus Godzilla. It looks intense. I do want to know how what your opinion on, like, I haven't seen the whole preview yet. Have you?
Have you watched the whole preview? Like, if you've seen the Godzilla preview, like the original the newer Godzilla previews, trailers, where like it's like all about the lore of the animal. Mm-hmm. That's pretty much how the trailers are. It's the same thing, but
do they show the size difference? Because
they do show the size difference. They're on a boat. Like in the trailer, they're on a boat and they're going toe to toe. And Kong is like swinging, and Godzilla is like on top of the boat. Bro, Godzilla is like 2 times bigger than Kong, but Kong is handling business, bro.
Okay, so how are they going about this? Because that was my big concern. And before everyone panics, I am aware there are different Kongs and different Godzillas depending on what universe you're going from, and blah 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 blah. They're just as complicated as Star Wars is anymore. But
so this Kong is tied to the King Kong that was in the original King Kong movie with Jack Black.
The original King. I was about to say, how dare you slanderize that movie? Sorry, I don't mean to blare that music. I'm looking at.
The original like remake, because you remember we got Skull Island too. Skull Island's technically a remake as well, but but Skull Island was the carryover from Kong, which was supposed to be the sequel to what happened in the original Kong. Where like they clued him to an island, and they go to the island and they find out that he's on this island with this tribe, and he protects his tribe. So it's going from that storyline to tie into Godzilla versus Kong. So they're pulling straight from Skull Island, because in the trailers they're at Skull Island, and you'll see it. There's a little kid with a monkey, and he walks up each time the kid shows the monkey.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So they are the same size. Like it looks like Godzilla's just a little bit taller.
He's just taller. And it's all because it's his head.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Which I guess they had to do, because, like, all right, so if you go from like OG King Kong and OG Godzilla, like Godzilla's like 20 times taller than King Kong is. Like that man towers over the Empire State Building, and fucking King Kong was climbing on it, and he still looked about. I know we're on a
big, yeah.
Yes, I know we're on a audio medium. I'm holding my fingers up, like not very far. Yeah. He's not very big, so it confuses me.
Yeah, he was itty bitty in the original one, which I mean, they showed a picture, which I seen a picture today of like what they looked like back in the original times when it was King, or like in the 70s, or I think it was 70s or 80s. Mm-hmm. They did like the cheesy ones when they're fighting, and they did the size comparison from what they were in that movie and to this movie, and they're like 4 times bigger than what they were back in the day. Yeah, they're huge. So I'm excited for it, man, because Godzilla's now got the whole like. Because remember, in the last movie, The King of All Monsters, he finally gets the fire breath, or like it's not even fire breath. It's just like energy that he just shoots out of his jaw.
Well, he's always had that, but
always had it, but they finally gave it to him in King of All Monsters, because that's when he gets the glow back. Like he does it in the first one, but the first one it was like by mistake. In the second one, he actually like fully charged.
Oh, you mean in that universe? Okay, got you. I'm with you now. Sorry, I forgot we're talking about different spectrums of
the newer universe. Yeah. In the newer one, he finally gets that power. Like he actually gets the charge and shoots and breaks down. And then Mothra is actually in King of All Monsters too. So you know how Godzilla and Mothra are the two that are the good, like the good.
Quote unquote, they're like good, like the Hulk's good.
Yeah. Well, and in the trailer, it hints at though too that like these monsters have been in wars. Like there's been like a great monster war on the planet, and I think what they're going to end up, because it ends up saying that there's going to be, I forget who's the enemy. It's a classic enemy, and that they probably end up teaming up. It's supposed to be Godzilla, Mothra, and Kong teaming up.
Oh, versus like Ghidorah or something like that. The multi-head Hydra. Is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, because that's the one that they fight in King of All Monsters.
That's the big bad.
Yeah, that's the one he fights in King of All Monsters. But I think he's coming back. So, and in the original series, Mothra is tied to it too, because Kong is basically like, dude, you need to save this dude because he's good too, and we're all good.
I remember that exact conversation. I think they even wrote it like that too.
No, they didn't write it.
They're like, dude, you need to help.
Shown on screen, it just wasn't written like that. But yeah, I think it's gonna be the same. All the storylines have been the same from the original ones. They just kind of updated
the graphics, and messed with the scale.
And messed with the scale. That's all they've done. But I'm excited for it, and it also releases on H. So
and they made Fat Boy Godzilla.
Nah, bro.
Always remember Chunker Godzilla.
Chunker Godzilla is the only Godzilla that should be around.
I still love.
He's just a fat badass.
Do you remember when they first started making the new Godzilla movies, and they showed the picture of Godzilla, and the first thing that the Japanese said was, "Of course you move Godzilla to America," and the dude gains like a couple thousand tons. I was like, oh shit. Like, if you look at the old Godzilla, he's like lean and huge, and now Godzilla in America, he's fucking fat boy.
That was the time when he was chunky, when he had Godzilla Zero. Remember the really bad Toho movies where he had Godzilla Jr. Like he had
those were the TV shows, I believe, right? That was the old school, almost Power Ranger era.
But he was chunky in that one. He was just a chunky dinosaur.
He was sort of lean though. Like the difference, like when you go online next, like look at the difference side by side. Like he's always been bigger, but he wasn't like the new one. He's got like this fucking, his neck is his neck is he's got chins on chins, like.
Bruh, that's the only way the Godzilla should be. He should just be big and beefy. Big and beefy. I'm excited for it, dude. I like the remakes. I like all of them, and they're really good.
I've enjoyed them. I haven't loved them. Like
I enjoy them. I've enjoyed them because there is a lot of action. What I really wish that would make again is a Pacific Rim movie.
They need more of those. Those were very good. Yeah.
Well, the second one was shitty. I wasn't happy about it because it was rushed. But I honestly think we should have more Pacific Rims, and then tie that in, since we were talking about kaiju's. Tie that into the world. There you go.
No, because God, they're gonna get fucked up by Godzilla though.
Bro, but it's a whole universe, and then you got Godzilla fighting with the kaiju's protectors and shit like that, bro.
He's way bigger than them though, isn't he?
Yeah, he's.
I don't know how the scale works in this new thing. Yeah, like I'll have to look at the scales.
You would have to put it side by side to see how big that is.
Yeah,
I feel like that's a death battle question.
Yeah, put the banana next to it so you can compare size, right? Is that what you're talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like, just for actual size, pictures don't do it justice.
Yeah. But look, that's cool. Like that comes out in March, but there's another movie that comes out actually here in a couple of days. I forget what it is, and it's supposed to be on HBO Max. It's supposed to premiere the same day.
I don't know.
I don't know.
The only movie I can think of right now is Soul. That already came out.
Oh yes. Yeah, speaking of Soul, let's talk about that. Soul, we always give Disney flack on the podcast. It's just Disney, and we like to make fun of Disney anyway. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're doing a pretty good job on certain things, but they also are not doing a pretty good job on other things. Just like they fucked up my ESPN Plus. But we're not gonna go into that.
Not bitter at all. Not even a little bit.
Bitter at all. No, it's only $70. Anyway, but yeah, so Pixar is actually doing a really good thing where they're trying to do more diverse films. And they came out with Soul. And Soul was the first film to have a first major black role for Pixar. Jamie Foxx was the first major black role in one of those movies. He played the pianist that was really good. That I don't want to give too much away.
That was Jamie Foxx.
It was Jamie Foxx.
I'm glad I didn't know that going in because honestly, I don't really like him very much. I hold a grudge from where he fucked up one of my favorite Spider-Man villains, Electro. That was a horrible incarnation of Electro.
Spider-Verse, right?
I don't want to talk about it, Will. I just don't want to talk about it. But I'm glad he pulled off a good movie because I did really enjoy Soul. Like it was so deep. Like it was really deep. It reminded me of all right, so I equate like my sort of like religious thought opening to do you remember the Robin Williams movie where he dies and like his family died or his kids died in like an accident and then he dies shortly after and his wife like left on Earth. Yeah. And like it shows sort of the afterlife. I can't remember what it's called.
I can't remember what it's called.
Yeah, but anyway, like I always equate that movie to like when I started thinking that like, oh shit, just beyond these books that people keep getting for religion, there's a whole nother world out there to where you can like you mix and match and take pieces and like try to make sense of the world yourself. And I was like, oh, that's genius. And like this sort of did the same thing for me. It reminded me of that inspiration feeling to try to dive deeper into the afterlife with this movie. And I was like, I hope kids nowadays feel that when they watch this and go, oh my God, just because some people wrote down what happens after, quote unquote, we die, doesn't mean that that's the ipso facto truth. There's more out there that you can go look at. And I was like, I hope people nowadays feel that when they watch that movie.
Well, and it's a Robin Williams movie, so it always had any movie that he played in had that type of monumental message anyway. There was no.
Well, yeah, but it was good to see it passed down. What I'm saying is good to see it passed down into this new movie, Soul. Like I really I felt the same exact way, like that same feeling that I got. I was like, I hope people feel it now.
People were missing it. People were missing that type of feeling from because you had Inside Out, which Inside Out kind of lightly did it, talked about emotions and stuff. Of a teenage girl and stuff like that. So like you had elements where it hit on that, but Pixar hadn't really focused in on like what gives you purpose, what brings you life. And Soul like talks about that all the way through and like it does it in a very beautiful way. You know what I'm saying?
I have to bring up one problem I had with that movie though.
What's that?
Pixar. All right, so they finally make a movie with good black representation, right? Loved it. super excited. How you not going to give anyone in that movie a dump truck ass, but all these white bitches and all these Pixar movies getting dump truck asses?
Everybody get a dump truck ass.
I was so mad. I was like, how you can give all these black women these normal asses, not one dump truck?
Absolutely itty bitty and skinny and shit. Nobody got a dump truck. Well, hold on. The singer had a dump. She was filled out.
She's a big girl though. She's a bigger girl. She was proportioned.
She was a little bit of a dump truck, but it's like, bruh. Everybody else though had itty bitty waists and a round thing in your face.
Yeah, like where the fuck was that at? I didn't see no fucking, like my man kind of didn't want none of any of that because none of them had buns. Like
I'm sad.
Do you know? I bet there was. I know where the problem lies. There was that one white dude on the board that was like, dude, we can't do that. That's a stereotype. And everybody was like, and then he looked around to all the other rich white people on the board and they're like, yeah, we don't want to get sued. We're going to have to nix the. Yeah.
He was like, but next movie we make.
Right. After the black community accepts this movie, we'll put dump truck asses in the next one.
Elastigirl, bro. Anytime I see a picture of Elastigirl or like the picture of the aunt from Big Hero 6, I'm just like
thick. 2 C's.
Dummy thick. Like just like that. You can't even say it differently. You're just dummy thick.
It cracks me the fuck up, dude. Like that was straight. Me and her watched it with the kids, and I looked over at her, and she's like, "Don't even fucking say it." I was like, I was like, not one goddamn ass this whole movie.
I share a meme about that all the time. Like, I'm like, bro, I'm so tired. I'm so tired of y'all. Every chick has got a dump truck ass, but you know what? You can't make a dump truck ass for white fuck. That's rude.
Yeah, I felt I'm not even black. I felt offended by the lack of ass in that movie. As an affiliate of the black community.
No, Soul is a very good movie. If you guys have not seen it, you should check it out.
Yes,
it's a very powerful. It's a very powerful movie. All right, man. Hey, you know what? We squeezed all that in the normal time, brother. We're at 1:06.
I know I'm aggravated we didn't get to talk about Resident Evil, but maybe we'll save it for next time.
We can talk about it. We still got a couple minutes. We got, we cut it off at 15, so we got.
Oh, okay. So we'll make a short. We can hit the topic point here about. All right, Capcom. I'd like to sit down and have a talk with you. We need to make eye contact. This is me and Capcom. Everybody else tune out. All
right, hold on. I'm gonna get quiet right here. I'm gonna go grab my coffee. Here we go.
I don't understand the fear boner you're trying to give me with this new game. My body can't take it. I'm both scared and aroused, and I don't understand what's happening. There is no reason all these murderers need these big ass titties in this game. Like, have you seen the trailer?
Yes, I seen the picture where they were like, I don't know if you want me to be scared or aroused. Like, right? I don't understand.
I was sitting there watching the trailer. I was like, oh, it looks good. And then bitch turned sideways and she's got triple, quadruple G titties sitting on her face. I'm like, I don't understand what's happening with this game right now. I was like, Capcom's really moving in.
Slowly going into Silent Hill territory.
Because you saw the last game where they were in the swamp, right? Mm-hmm. And like those people were disgusting. They were eating horrible. They were eating trash and like rotten food and shit, and now we're getting fucking, some hot ass women running this town, and I'm like, oh, okay.
Oh, you gotta have to look. It's a Japanese company, and Japanese companies gotta have fan service. You have to tie the fan service into the game. All right,
they've done it.
I bet you're gonna have to fight like a multi hot chicks at some point, and you're just like, I don't want to shoot them. I'm just gonna die each time.
This is gonna be Dante's Inferno all over again with lust.
Bro, that was crazy. Like
I still will never recover from her titties giving birth to those creepy babies.
Like, they let that pass in the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It was rated M, wasn't it?
It was rated mature. No, it was rated mature, but it was originally supposed to get an NC-17 rating.
Oh yeah, they probably toned it down. God only knows what that game would have looked like.
They have an uncut version that you can buy.
Really? Dante's Inferno?
Yeah,
I don't know if I need that. It's gonna mess me up.
EA Play. I think you can actually download it, and it's like you get the full DLC and the uncut version of it.
I don't know if I need that in my life or not.
Oh no, it's rough. I have it on my 360, and I'm just like, holy balls.
Oh, so what are you thinking about the new look? What do you think?
For
no, they're not doing Dante's Inferno. They're doing Resident Evil. Resident Evil is what I'm talking about.
I guess I get that we're trying to have a new protagonist and tie him into the story and like relate everybody. Like I like how they did the DLC for the very end one where like Chris Redfield comes at the very end and now he is Umbrella. Like something like either because remember in six they do eradicate all of Umbrella. They basically take them out. And in 7, you now see that Umbrella is just a corporation that actually saves people from what's happening versus it being a corporation of somebody who has experiments. But yet you find out that the little girl is an experiment, but you don't know who's behind the experiment. Technically, it's Umbrella, but it's not Umbrella. You see what I'm saying?
That story is so convoluted. It's so hard to keep up with.
Weird, bro.
It's almost like it's always reminded me of like campy horror movies. To where it's just like you can't think too much into the storyline or it hurts the game.
But that's the problem with the game, though. Like it relies on the storyline for it to be actually a good game. Because now here we are, we're going to the eighth game of the series. Yes, this is the 8th.
God, we're old.
But remember, we've had like Resident Evil 0. We've had games in between.
Zero was so good. The train. Oh, that train was horrifying.
That train was garbagely scary.
I just hope they hit the scares on this.
What on 8?
The village, yeah.
I feel like if we're gonna be in the village, if there's like not any shock factor when I'm walking through this village and ain't nobody popping out in me, and I'm like,
well, there's gonna be a lot popping out. Will
anybody in the face? Because if I can Leon kick somebody in the face, I'm all for it.
Listen, it seems like from the previews I've seen of this movie, there's going to be a lot, or this game, there's going to be a lot of popping out, Will. Now, I don't know if it's going to be scary popping out, or, but yeah, that's the exact statement.
I'll pull you. We're going to have some popping out, guys.
Yeah.
Going to get real nice with the popping out.
I heard they're actually going to add a one-handed mode, sort of like how they did with, what was it? Extreme Beach Volleyball. Too far. You can just press A the whole time and it actually does all the moves.
No. I'm excited to play it, man, because I actually really like 7. I downloaded it. I bought the deluxe edition and
we really need to play that because I haven't played it yet. And I get decently scared at video games like that. So
let's play on it if you want to play through it. Because
that'd be fun.
Games getting ready to come out. It'd be a perfect time to just run through it and have you play it.
Yeah, that would be fun. We need to do that. I get super creeped out at those games.
Dude, that game that 7 had me in here spooked because I got the color light, so I would turn my light red, turn everything off, and like
that would be so much fun.
It was scary.
That's coming up. We need to do that. That'd be fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, man. So we're at the end of the episode. So you know what that means, Mike. I'm glad you guys tuned in for the news episode, dude. We did pretty solid on this one.
I'm shocked we nailed the time.
Yeah. No, we did some solid news too.
Oh yeah, look at us. It'll be irrelevant by the time it comes out, but yes.
Because it's just stuff that's over the past couple months. I'm just happy that like stuff is starting to flow again that we can talk about. The pandemic has just killed a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah. You just can't get anybody together.
Yeah.
I'm glad I found out this mic work. Hopefully it sounds better than my fucking phone.
It sounds super clear.
Yeah. Okay. I was about to say this is my Xbox mic. So nah. We're how deep? We're like what? This is episode like 30. We've almost done this for a year, by the way. We're coming up on our year.
Dude, I'm excited. We're gonna try to have a video and everything for that, man.
Yeah, I'm pumped to see. Hopefully, we're definitely doing better than I thought we would.
Dude, we have dedicated listeners. Which is, like I was actually having a conversation the other day with a friend. And he's like, "Oh, hey guys," he's like, "I downloaded your latest episode of the podcast," and like, I listen to it. I get around to it when I'm out and walking and stuff. He's like, it's something that I listen to and kind of listen to the banter and laugh at the jokes. And he's like, it's really good. Like, you guys are doing a good job. So we do have fans, which is cool.
Yay.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I really thought it was just going to be you and me hanging out like once every 2 weeks and just talking shit. And then we'd be like, remember that time we said this? Yeah, let's go listen to that. Yeah, we can bring it up.
Yeah. All right, my man. So we got a minute. Let's go ahead and give the rundown of what is on Why So Nerdy and how you can contact us.
Oh God! So you can get on our Facebook at Why So Nerdy Podcast on Facebook. We got an Instagram. That is at Why So Nerdy Podcast. You got the podcast on there, and then Dante runs that over there. He does a really good job. Also check him out. We might as well. Every time I mention Dante, I feel like I need to mention his Off the Mats podcast, which is so good. Check that out.
Solid.
Yeah, I'm sure he's got links all over our page too. So, yeah. What else? You can find us on the Patreon. Hopefully I'll have a website up soon. I'm really working on it. I promise. It's just they want to charge you so much for something so little. But you can check us out on Patreon, and we have all kinds of stuff. I make sure that the podcast is up early on there. You get early access. You get access to our older podcast. All of it's ad-free too, so you can get on there and check them out. No ads interrupting your awful times with us. And what else? The podcast, the deleted podcast with Dante and me, and our ultra ridiculously baked podcast, the Vegas episode. Yeah.
That's amazing. So
the infamous episode. Yeah.
It's
only $2 to support us, and it's $4 for the access to all those podcasts. So definitely worth checking out, guys.
Yes. Come and join us, man. And then we have other things planned too for the future. So if you go on the Patreon and follow the podcast, there will be, other things that are being added as we kind of move forward. We're doing it right now. We got the listeners. We just got to get the support, man. So definitely slide us the cash, and we can make it work.
Break out that hat and shake some change in it, Will.
Right. I'll just. But yes. On my end, we're still working kind of on just a bunch of projects over here. Right now, I'm working on Liberation. There should be another episode when this drops of the Vibes mini docs coming out. And then the bigger Vibes project will probably be out sometime at the end of February, looking in middle February. So just kind of getting some stuff in line, planning everything out, and going to be dropping all that stuff. So yeah.
It's going to be awesome. Definitely check out his Vibe video. It's fucking cool.
Yeah. I'm excited for it, man. I really hope the series goes off, and I really hope the next Vibes video is solid, because right now it's just looking like it's going to be fucking amazing. So yeah,
I'm gonna be in the back cabbage patching.
Right. Right in the back like ooh. Ooh.
We definitely need to get Millie on there. She's got some interesting dance moves.
I want to get Millie. Give her
you and her should do a Vibe video. That would be hilarious.
And then she can say "uh-oh" and then like do a breakdance move and walk off. That'd be amazing.
It'd be amazing. She'd be down. I'm sure she'd be pumped. As soon as we can get done with this fucking pandemic.
Yes, let's get out of it. All right, guys, we're out of here. Love you guys.
Peace.
Peace.